Choosing a gaming laptop often feels like a high-stakes game of trade-offs. You want the highest frame rates, but you also want to keep your bank account intact. In the current market, the Acer Nitro series has become the go-to recommendation for gamers who want performance without the luxury tax of some other brands. On Amazon, 3 specific models are currently leading the pack: the Nitro V15 i5 edition, the Nitro V15 i7 edition, and the powerhouse Nitro V16 Ryzen edition. Today, we're going to break down the pros and cons of each, based on thousands of Amazon reviews, to see which one deserves a spot on your desk. We start with what many Amazon reviewers call the ultimate budget king. This model features the Intel Core i5-13420H and the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050. It's designed for the entry-level gamer or the student who needs a laptop that can handle work by day and Valorant or Fortnite by night. The number one thing you'll see in Amazon reviews is value. For the price, getting a 40 series GPU is a massive win. Users report that for 1080p gaming, this machine is surprisingly capable. You aren't going to play Cyberpunk 2077 on ultra settings, but for mid to high settings on popular esports titles, it stays remarkably smooth. Another pro frequently mentioned is the portability. Unlike the bulky gaming laptops of 5 years ago, the Nitro V15 is relatively slim. Reviewers who are college students love that it doesn't look overly gamer-wide. The design is professional enough for a classroom, but has enough edge for a gaming setup. Finally, reviewers highlight the display. Even at this price point, you're getting a 144 Hz refresh rate. Amazon buyers note that the motion clarity makes a massive difference in fast-paced shooters compared to standard 60 Hz screens. However, the budget price comes with budget compromises. The most frequent complaint on Amazon: RAM and storage. Many reviewers point out that 8 GB of RAM is simply not enough for 2026. You'll likely need to spend an extra $40 on Amazon to upgrade the memory yourself. Additionally, the build quality is very plastic heavy. While it keeps the weight down, some users mention that the lid feels a bit flexy and the trackpad isn't as premium as more expensive models. Lastly, the battery life is strictly average. Reviewers warn that you shouldn't expect more than 3 to 4 hours of non-gaming use before needing a plug. Next up is the big brother to our first model. It keeps the same RTX 4050 GPU but upgrades the brain of the operation to an Intel Core i7-13620H. On Amazon, this is currently the choice for users who do more than just game. The standout pro here is multitasking power. Amazon reviews from video editors, streamers, and developers highlight that the i7 processor handles heavy workloads much better than the i5. If you keep 20 Chrome tabs open while you're gaming, this is the version you want. Reviewers also appreciate the consistency. While the GPU is the same as the cheaper model, the i7 ensures that 1% low frame rates are higher, meaning fewer stutters and a more stable experience in CPU-heavy games like Civilization 6 or Warzone. Another win for this model is that it often ships with 16 GB of RAM out of the box. Verified purchasers frequently mention that they felt much more future-proof with this model, avoiding the immediate need to open up the chassis and upgrade parts. The biggest con in the reviews is the heat. With a more powerful i7 squeezed into the 15-inch frame, some users report that the fans have to work overtime. Amazon buyers describe the fan noise as jet engine-like when under heavy load. If you don't use headphones, the noise might be a deal-breaker. The second con is the price to GPU logic. Some critical reviewers point out that while the i7 is great, you are still limited by the RTX 4050 GPU. They argue that if your goal is strictly gaming, the extra money spent on the i7 might be better saved or put toward a model with a better graphics card. Finally, we reach the heavy hitter of the trio, the Nitro V16. This model moves away from Intel, utilizing the AMD Ryzen 7 8845HS paired with the significantly more powerful NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5060. The reviews for the Nitro V16 are overwhelmingly positive regarding graphics performance. The jump from an RTX 4050 to a 5060 is the most significant upgrade in this lineup. Amazon reviewers report being able to crank settings to ultra on almost every modern game at 1080p and even dabble in 1440p gaming with DLSS enabled. Then there's the screen. The 16-inch display uses a 16:10 aspect ratio, providing more vertical space. Reviewers love this for productivity and for a more immersive feel in game. The color accuracy also gets higher marks than the 15-inch models. Perhaps the biggest surprise in the reviews is the battery efficiency. AMD's Ryzen 8000 series is famous for efficiency, and Amazon buyers note they can get nearly 6 to 7 hours of light productivity out of this machine, unheard of for a Nitro in years past. The main con is size. The 16-inch frame is noticeably larger and heavier. Amazon reviewers who travel frequently warn that it requires a larger backpack and adds significant weight to your carry. The other complaint is the price tag. This is the most expensive of the three, and some reviewers mention that at this price point, you're starting to compete with Acer's Predator line or other premium brands like Lenovo's Legion. You're paying for performance, but you lose the ultra-budget charm of the Nitro series. To summarize what we've learned from the Amazon community, the Nitro V15 i5 edition is the best choice if every dollar counts. It's the perfect first gaming laptop or a secondary machine for travel. Just be prepared to add more RAM later. The Nitro V15 i7 edition is for the power user on a budget. If you are a student who needs to run engineering software, edit video, or handle heavy multitasking alongside gaming, the i7 upgrade is worth the extra investment. The Nitro V16 Ryzen edition is for the serious gamer. If you want the best possible frame rates, a bigger, better screen, and superior battery life, the RTX 5060 and Ryzen 7 combo is the clear winner. No matter which one you choose, the Nitro series continues to prove that you don't need to spend $2,000 to have a great gaming experience. Each of these models offers a specific balance of power and price that has clearly resonated with the Amazon community. If you're ready to see the current pricing, which changes daily on Amazon, check the links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.